I gdje ste ljudi, šta ima, kako je, evo nas u još jednoj epizodi. Danas igramo Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments, dakle igramo zločin i kazne i kao što uvek idemo new game. Opet neka ruska verzija, jebem ti. A nije, dobro, piše i na engleskom, bar nešto da razumijem. Idemo da vidimo kako to izgleda. Dakle, klasično intro. Sherlock Holmes. Dr. John Watson. Inspektor G. Biće ovo zanimljivo. Biće ovo zanimljivo. I evo nas, kao Sherlock Holmes, šabi. Opa tu. Begaj. Jebeš budal.
Will you stop that?
Brzo, ajde.
You are utterly mad.
Jebeš budal.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Jebeš budal. Razvija.
Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. Gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better...
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Idemo sami, dakle, vidjeli smo. Jebem li ga da treba. Investigate the murder. Dobro. Task. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Woodmanly. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe to join the stride. Okej. Te mi je bre tu treba da idem. Orman. Evo ga. Hajde beži bre baba. Ko glupost, ja kliknem levi klik, on mi je otvorio. Budal.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Oh, what a mess! What a...
Te mi je Orman, čovječe. Evo ga, dobre. Je, čovječe, namuči se. Morning, sailor suit, casual suit. To ćemo. Make-up table. Glasses. Zaključani su nam. Dobro, ovo ćemo da isključimo sve i idemo ovakvi. Ajde, opala. Ovo je druga soba. Imamo više soba. Idemo. Evo naš prvi slučaj. Jesse, sad tu dođem. Evo nas na prvom slučaju. Dobro, ajde. Gdje je ovaj majkarac? Ajde, vidimo šta kaže.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Aha, dobro, hajde još ovo.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock. I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Dobro, nećemo ništa da ispitujemo. To je to. Šta bre? A šta da? Birdhouse. Dobro. Našli smo nešto.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind.
Jebem ti mamu.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Marsh.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was...
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
I did.
Thank you, madam.
Dobro, gdje je ovaj sad otišao? Ajmo ga tamo dole. Šta imamo tu? Dobro, ajde. Idemo sad da ovog nađemo. Ajde. Džedba.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Mr. Holmes?
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Ajde da vidimo.
These scratches are fresh.
Moćne oči imamo.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Izgleda. I ima šta da vidimo. Telo verovatno nije ovde. Tu je.
What a terrible way to die. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Dobro, sada smo ispitali još ovo. Aha.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body.
Dobro. Vidimo što ima ovdje. Notebook.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Zanimljivo. Da ima šta piše.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
To ćemo da uzmemo. A šta su? Pa vidio sam to. Idemo 100 da vidimo i da ispitamo.
Someone drank from this glass recently.
Da imamo šta ima.
The initials PC have been crudely burned.
Da li ima duhana?
Sailor's work. The initials
Dobro.
rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Dobro, to već znamo. Da ima, da li možemo još nešto da ovdje da nađemo. Da ima šta ima ovdje.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Dobro.
The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Dobro. To smo ispitali. Šta još možemo da ispitamo ovdje?
The tooth of a sperm whale. Probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
Znači, zbog toga je ubijen ovaj. Ha.
Dundee.
Dobro. nema ništa. Dobro, exit.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Da li ima nečeg zanimljivog ovdje? Nema ništa. Šta ba znači? A, da povežem. Ajmo F1 da vidimo help. Find the pair or late clues and they will form deduction. Breaking attempt server. Nema nazad. Neću ništa da povezujem. Dobro, ništa, idemo napolje.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene? Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Pa šta da radi sad?
Mr. Holmes?
Džezba. Šta sad radimo ovdje?
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Da li ima nešto? Nema ništa. Ne znam što treba više da radim. Dobro, našli smo sve. Šta sad? Da, investigate the murder of Peter Carey, inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Znači, moramo skoro sve da ispitam. Ajde.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Dobro, ajde ovdje, šta ima? Šta radiš ti konj? Pa hoću, eto, footprint.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Znači nije on.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Tako je, bravo. Nema dokaza. Trebaju nam dokazi. Da li tu negdje ima? Nema. Možda na njemu. njemu. Onda su neke druge. Vjerovatno su sa tim s kim su i došli.
Mr. Holmes?
Džezba. Ajde popričamo.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Opa, bato.
Your husband's private papers, do you know where they are?
There is a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
To je nestalo.
Thank you, madam.
Šta više da radimo ovdje, čači? Ne mogu da uđem, ne mogu ništa. Ne probam da povežem bar nešto. Ajde da vidimo paint. Nije ništa. Ne znam šta je. Dobro. Nismo ništa povezali. Dobro. Sad sve dobro.
Mr. Holmes?
Mislim da nemam više šta ovdje da tražimo, mislim da bi to bilo to.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Jesam, našao sam sve što mi treba, čači. I to bi bilo, ljudi, to u ovoj epizodi. Nadam se da vam se svidjela. Ako vam se svidjelo, lajkujte, subscribeujte i vidimo se uskoro.